Hello, my friends. I hope you have been navigating this wild time as best as possible, and I really felt compelled to support you in that. So I am going to be sharing every day for the next 6 or 7 days over on the Facebook group ways to support yourself through the emotional tumult of this time. I originally got into this work because I love supporting people through their emotional stuff. And I certainly have had my fair share of it, being a highly sensitive person. We feel things so much, and we don't always know how to navigate that in the most easy, peaceful way. And so I want to share all sorts of tangible ways for you to do that. And today I'm just going to do a little bit of an overview, like a mind shift, a mindset shift for you. And, partially because I have been working through all my emotion that's been coming up over the last several weeks. And I really want to share with you what's worked for me as well. So back in the day when I studied coaching first, my teacher, my life coach school, taught us sort of a map of how humans handle change and how to best navigate it. So we use this sort of model or map to help us kind of just understand how to move through change, or how humans do move through change, and how we can do so in the most easy, best way. And it's just having this idea of this model in my head has helped me feel way more at peace in times of upheaval in my own life, which there's been plenty. So it's just 4 squares. This map is a square 1, square 2, square 3, and square 4. And we're only really going to talk about square 1 because that is the most tumultuous and upsetting place to be, usually. So square 1, which is what we are in collectively right now with this pandemic, collectively, really as an Earth, as a global society. So square 1 is when there's been a cataclysmic event. Can be a good one, but in this case, I wouldn't call it a good one. And it catapults us into the unknown, right? And this square 1 is a very, very intense time of emotion, of fear, of grief, because so much is uncertain, right? And, really we are, as humans, as with human brains, our brains do not love not knowing. They do not love being uncertain. We have a lot of discomfort around not knowing what's going to happen. And because it leaves so much space for the fear brain to take over. So one of the pictures here, the metaphor of square 1, the image that's really helpful is thinking of a caterpillar when it goes into the cocoon. What happens when it goes into that cocoon? That's its cataclysmic event. It melts, right? It dissolves into a soup. And that is like completely where we are, the total unknown. We know where we've been, but we're not there anymore. We don't know where we're going. And it just feels like utter meltdown, right? So the prescription for this time of inner meltdown or chaos, right? Inner chaos is to let ourselves, like the butterfly or like the caterpillar, just be in that, to be in the cocoon, to be in the experience, to melt into it. It's really like about being open to letting go of the familiar aspects of our lives and being open to what comes next, right? Again, letting ourselves be in the unfamiliar, letting ourselves be okay with the uncertainty, right? I know that's a tall order. One question you can ask yourself to kind of nudge yourself into that space is, what if it was okay to not know what's coming, right? What if it was okay that I'm not sure what will happen? What if it was okay to just be with whatever is going on inside me? I think that this is so helpful to be able to do, to just be with whatever's going on inside of us, because whatever emotion's going on there. Because if we just react to the feelings of uncertainty, which is what I was doing for a few days there, and is what most of us do when we feel feelings, like if we react to the fear and the anxiety as if it shouldn't be there, right? Because it's so uncomfortable, that's our instinct, is to kind of react to it. But when we do that, when we kind of push against it or try to get out of it, like, we actually add more stress and pain to our experience, right? It's because we're like fighting what's going on for us. So it's like we have anxiety and then we have the fight with the anxiety, right? So it's not just the pure anxiety. Now it's like double whammy. So we don't want to be fighting our experience. We want to be allowing it. Yeah, so, and one just other note there is that the fear and anxiety, it's always about the future, right? It's about what, we don't know what's going to happen. And it's really futile, right? Because we aren't in the future yet. We're here. We're only here. We forget that. But it really helps to calm ourselves down when we kind of come back to the present, when we come back to being with what is happening right now inside of ourselves. Like when we let ourselves be present with what's coming up as it comes up. So that's really my suggestion for you, is to meet whatever the emotions are, whatever the uncertainty feels like to you, with presence. Like really feeling what's there, like almost like shining a light of curiosity into what's going on for you. Not so much like what your thoughts are about everything and not getting all in your head about it, but what the experience of chaos or uncertainty feels like in your body. And you can even just ask yourself, like, what is happening in my body, right? And just notice that. And don't push anything away. Don't try to shrink away from whatever your experience is, but just allow what's going on in there to be there. And even just like let yourself breathe with whatever is going on. And, you can do this for just a minute or two, a couple times a day. And you should find that as you meet your experience, it actually softens. Whatever that intense feeling is, softens like a notch or two or three. And it will help you just feel just a little bit more at ease inside of yourself. We can never really cope with what is not right now. We really can only cope, and we can always cope with what's going on right now. So that's really my suggestion for you today, is just to meet whatever's there for you right now, like, or after you stop watching this video, and just really meet it with all of your attention, right? The motto for Square One, which I think is kind of fun, and I'll just end with this, is that it's, I don't know what the hell is going on, and that's okay. That's okay. So just be with whatever it is that's going on. Let it all be okay. I hope that's really helpful, and I will share another, probably shorter tip tomorrow. So if you haven't joined the Facebook group, come join us. And if you're here on the Facebook group, feel free to comment and ask more questions, or tell us what your experience was watching this video and doing the little process that I suggested. All right, you be well. Bye.